all boils down to this, folks. One game to rule it all. One game separates these two nations for a space in the 2025 CONCACAF Gold Cup final. Who will go through? Will it be the USA? Will it be Guatemala? We're going to take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again with another preview. We're looking forward to tonight's match. That's right, tonight, USA against Guatemala. Who's going to go through to a final? We're going to get into it in just a second. If you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe, your one-stop shop for the Gold Cup. That's right, we've got the semi-finals right here, right now. But who, of course, will taste the tasteless of our final. We'll get into all of it in a second. Big shout out to the members and the patrons. You know who you are. But let's jump in the deep end and preview the match coming at you tonight. USA, Guatemala for a space in the final. USA coming into this as CONCACAF Nations League quarterfinal winners way back in the 18th of November 2024. They've been here 18 times in the Gold Cup, current Gold Cup rendition here, 20 times in total. They were here back in 2023 and they've been champions many times. They're looking to add another one this time around. 1991, 2002, 05, 07, 2013, 2017, and the most recent one was 2021. They were runners-up also in the old school rendition back in 1989. They're ranked 16th according to the world of FIFA, and I expected them to get to this stage, and that was it. That's all I thought, but who knows? These are the guys hoping to change it and get to a final. Fries, solid goalkeeper last time around in the penalty shootout victory against Costa Rica. Likes of Tim Ream at the back. John Tolkien, we saw him play as well. Meanwhile, likes of Quinn Sullivan, Tyler Adams, the Aronsons in there, Diego Luna, fantastic goal. And, of course, Patrick Adjemang, potentially a Derby player in the next week. Who knows? These are the lineup we could see. Fries between the sticks, Tolkien, Ream, Richards, Freeman, De La Torre, Adams, Tillman, Aronson, Sullivan, and Adjemang. That's right. That's what we could see. This is the resume so far for the USA. They did kick it all off with a 5-0 win over Trinidad and Tobago. They bounced back, continue their progression with a 1-0 over the guest nation, Saudi Arabia. And they wrapped up the three-peat against Haiti to complete the group stages with 3 wins out of a possible 3. Then they took on Costa Rica, probably their biggest challenge in the tournament so far. 2-2 after 90, straight to penalties, and they held their nerve with a 4-3 win over Costa Rica to set up this match against Guatemala. That's right, Guatemala coming into this as preliminary round winners. They secure the spot only back in March 2025. They've been here 13 times in the current rendition, 21 times in the old school rendition combined, and they've been here back in 2023 as well. Their best ever performance was a 4th place finish back in 1996. They've at least equaled that right here, right now. But they were also champions back in 1967. Of course, they're 106th ranked according to FIFA. I thought they would tumble at the group stage, but here they are. That's right. And they're going to be turning to these guys, the likes of Navarro or Moran or even Hagen between the sticks, the likes of Morales, Robles, Samayoya, Ardon at the back. Moving forward, the likes of Oscar Santos, Carlos Meya, Matthew Evans, Galadino Franco there. Also, likes of Rubio Ruben up top. But it's going to be these guys: Hagen, Morales, Pinto, Samayoya, Herrera, Ramirez, Franco, Nunez, Robeles, Santos and Long up top. And of course, this is their resume so far. They kicked it all off with a 1-0 win over Jamaica to get them on the track. So that was it. Benchmark was made there. Then they did lose to Panama 1-0, bounced back with a 3-2 squeaky bum victory over Guadalupe to put themselves in the quarterfinal, where they did drag the Canadians to extra time, but penalties. Canada were, of course, hamstrung with a red card, which didn't really help them. But they held their nerve as well. Guatemala 6-5 win to send, I think, one of the favourites, if not the favourites, out. Now, they're taking on USA, of course, in the semi-final, and that is today. It just says tomorrow there, but it's today. Meanwhile, of course, this is the Group C reflection of their journey. Of course, now these two sides locking horns at the Energizer Park. That's right, with USA governor there, Mauricio Pochettino, coming into this on 4 wins now. Of course, looking good for them. Up against Guatemala, Luis Tena, 3 wins and 1 defeat in the last 4. They're on 67% form for them, as well as the USA. Now, they played 13 times in 2005, 9 wins USA, just a 1 win for Guatemala. There has been 3 draws, of course. 6-0 win, the biggest being that for the USA. They've got 28 goals scored in those 13 matches, 2.15 goals a game. As for Guatemala, they have a 2-0 win on the record. They've only scored 4 goals in the 13 games. That's 0.31 goals a game. Now, the most recent match being a 4-0 win for the USA way back in March 2016. However, that was a 2-legged affair there yeah, I think it was a 2-legged affair. Anyway, they did play in Guatemala, and they also picked up a 2-0 win. So back-to-back games, there's been a win for either USA or Guatemala, but it's been nearly 10 years since those matches. So a quick look at the public vote shows it's a narrow lead here with USA 56% of the vote, Guatemala with 44%. And of course, the bookies have it the other way. 7-2 honors USA, 9-1 is Guatemala, and 9-2 is, of course, the draw. What the perfect scenario here would be Guatemala winning this one, and of course Honduras winning the other one, to set up an absolute crazy Central American Classico for the title. That's what we really want. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I really want. That's what my heart wants. But unfortunately, my head rules the heart when it comes to football, because I can't see anything but a USA winning this one. Going to go with a 3-1 win, but guess what, guys? Guess what, Guatemala? I'd love it. I'd absolutely love it if you beat these guys. And don't get me wrong. If you guys drag this to the extra time or beyond 90 minutes, you win this game. You win this game. I think you've got the nerve. I think you've got the cojones. You've got the right coach as well on the touchline. I think you've got the nous to win it if you could just drag it. So sit there, park the bus, whatever it takes, get to that 90-minute mark, and guess what? You're going to win this sucker. Unfortunately, though, it probably will be over by halftime, or maybe in 60 minutes or so with the USA with a comfortable lead. But that's the way I see it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions as we look forward to those semi-finals tonight, right here, Blackburn Overseas.